Good morning students. This is Shweta again, and in this video we will talk about the kinds of clauses. This video is the continuation of the previous video where we had talked about what an adverb clause is. Now I will help you to recall the same, that an adverb clause is a clause that does the work of an adverb in a sentence. And what an adverb is? An adverb is a word that qualifies verb in a sentence. Now students, come to another example that will help you know what an adjective clause is. And what is the definition of an adjective? An adjective is a word that qualifies noun or pronoun in a sentence. So we have gone through parts of speech earlier also. So coming straight to the second example, that is, Tommy carried a bag that was too heavy for him. Students, again we are having one sentence, and you can see that we can divide this single sentence into two different groups. And how we are going to do that? How you are going to have those two different groups? Here I'll help you out. The first group will be Tommy carried a bag, and the second group will be that was too heavy for him. Now in both the groups you are having subject as well as predicate, and both the groups are having meaning in itself. So in the first group, Tommy carried a bag, we have the subject as Tommy, and carried a bag is the predicate of that particular group. And in the second group of the same sentence, that was too heavy for him, here we have subject as that and predicate was too heavy for him. Now why did I say that that here the word THAT, that is the subject? Because here that is providing us more information about the bag. Here bag is a noun, and that is providing you more information about the bag that was too heavy for him. Which was too heavy for him? The bag. What was too heavy for him? So in the second group also we got our subject and the predicate. So in this sentence, the second clause, just look at the second part, the second group of the sentence very carefully. In the second part, we have the second clause, and this second clause qualifies or describes the noun bag in the first clause. So we had one example, that is Tommy carried a bag that was too heavy for him. Firstly, we divided the sentence into two different groups. The first group was Tommy carried a bag, and the second group was that was too heavy for him. And in both the groups we had our subject as well as our predicate. Now where is the difference? See, in the second group we will, after going through the second group very carefully, we will come to know that this second part of the sentence, the second group, that is also the clause. In a sentence we have two clauses. In a single sentence we can have one, two or more than two clauses, and they will have their meaning in itself. So the second group, that is also a clause, is providing, specifically that is providing more information about the bag. Why Tommy is having difficulty carrying the bag? Because it was too heavy for him. So in this sentence, the second clause qualifies or describes the noun bag. Here bag is a noun. So the second clause is an adjective clause. As I told you earlier, that any particular word that qualifies a noun or pronoun is an adjective. And in the second group, the second clause, we are having that as a subject, and This that is providing us more information about the noun bag. So students, you can note it down that an adjective clause is a clause that does the work of an adjective in a sentence. Means any particular word that qualifies a noun or pronoun in a sentence is an adjective clause. Let us proceed it further. We have another example, students. Katie thinks that she is very pretty. Now, we have already understood what an adverb clause is, what an adjective clause is. So, we will head towards noun clause with the help of an example. That is, Katie thinks that she is very pretty. Now, again students, we are from the earlier video only we are trying to divide the sentence into two different groups, because in both the groups we can identify the subject as well as the predicate. See, so in this example also we are having subject as well as predicate in both the groups. And how we are going to make these two groups? One group will be Katie thinks. See, here we have a subject as well as a verb. Therefore, this is a clause. Katie is the subject and things will become the predicate of that particular sentence as well as clause. It is complete. Katie thinks is a group of words that is complete in itself and they are independent. That she is very pretty. Now, that she is very pretty is the second group of the sentence, and here she is very pretty, that is the subject, and she is very pretty is the predicate. Now, in case you will have one question in your mind that what does Katie thinks? So you will get the answer that she is very pretty. So from the first group you can have one question that what does she think? She thinks that she is very pretty. So we have got both the groups as well as both the clauses. And students, the second clause, that is our group 2. That she is very pretty is the group 2. Second clause is the object of the verb things. See, what is happening here is, in the first group we have the verb things, and that she is very pretty means we had that question that what does she thinks, means the second group of the same sentence is providing us more information about the verb. Therefore, the second group, group 2, the second clause of the same sentence is the object of the verb things. So, you can write it as here the second clause, group 2, I told you earlier, is the object of the verb things. Therefore, it is a noun clause. Means, what does she thinks? It is providing us more information about the subject. So, a noun clause is a clause that does the work of a noun in a sentence. Now, you can identify noun clause with the help of this question only, that what does she thinks? She thinks that she is very pretty. So the second part of the sentence, the second group of the sentence, group 2, is doing the work of a noun. Therefore, this is a noun clause. So students, you can also note it down that a clause is a group of words that forms part of a sentence, and a sentence can have one or more than one clause. Now, we have read phrases also. So here, after knowing a clause, we can differentiate a phrase and a clause. You can say, students, you can say that a phrase and a clause can form part of a sentence. In a sentence, you will find a phrase as well as a clause. Now, you must be wondering that how come we are going to identify, or how come we will be able to differentiate a phrase and a clause in a single sentence, as both of them, as it is written over here, that both of them can form part of a sentence. So here is the answer of your question. See, a clause sometimes makes sense by itself. However, see, you cannot say that every time the clause is independent. See, in the earlier example only, Katie thinks these two words only are complete in themselves. It is called a sentence, and that she is very pretty is not independent, though it is a clause, as it is having a subject as well as a predicate. So a clause sometimes makes sense by itself. Basically, a clause remain independent. It has subject and predicate. However, a phrase does not make complete sense by itself because it has no subject and predicate and always depends on other words to form a sentence. See, we will know this with the help of other examples. Suppose we have one example as I like the cake with cherries. And we have one more example, that is I like the cake which has cherries on it. See students, here is the difference. Both the sentences are having a complete sense. I like the cake with cherries. But see, here we have with cherries. In case we will remove this with cherries from this sentence, the sentence will remain, the sentence will have a complete sense then also, because it is having a subject as well as a predicate and having a verb. I like the cake. It is complete in itself. Now we have with cherries. Now with cherries is have meaning, but they are not independent. They are actually dependent on the other words of the same sentence for having a complete sense. So here with cherries is phrase. Now in the second sentence, in the second example, I like the cake which has cherries on it. Now see, we can divide the sentence into two groups here. I like the cake which has cherries on it. Here which is talking about the cake only, and this group is having subject as well as predicate students. So both the groups is clause, and here which cherries is not having any subject. Therefore which cherries is a phrase, and I like the cake as well as which has cherries on it are clauses. Both the groups are clauses because they are having a subject as well as a predicate. So students, you must have understood what clauses are and how you will be able to identify noun clause, adjective clause as well as adverb clause in a particular sentence. And lastly, you will be able to differentiate phrases and clauses in a sentence. Thank you.